Hi, this is Darcy Nyrose from Nyrose and Associates in Remax Kelowna, and we are looking at the September 2025 real estate recap for the Central Okanagan, and we are looking at the end of the third quarter, and we are just moving into the fourth quarter, so we've got some unusual and some interesting facts to let you know. But let's go into the categories and talk about active listings, price, and sales. So let's start with the condos. We have 837 active listings right now in the condo category. However, we did 102 sales for September, and our average price was $501,619. Now, the great thing is, yes, we did have an increase in listings. We had about 21% increase, but we also had 24% increase in sales. Now, what does this really mean? Well, we had sold many buildings or condo communities over the last few months, and they are now closing. So we're now seeing some of these new homes coming right back onto the market, and that is showing a little bit of a deception because we're seeing larger quantities at once that are coming onto the condo market. So that, to me, is why we're seeing a little bit of an increase in the listings category. Fortunately, we're going to see that for the next few months because we do have more buildings that had been sold a few years ago, or say 1 to 3 years ago, that are coming to completion, and there were some investors who are going to see some more listings come up. But that is okay. However, what we're seeing, why we're not seeing an increase in more than 24% in sales for the condos, is because of that GST hesitation. We're seeing a lot of these first-time home buyers hesitating because even though it was tabled, it has not been legislated yet. Great news, it's supposed to be coming to a forefront sometime in November. So we're excited to see that because I think we're going to see that little bit of a spike because all these first-time home buyers are sitting on the sidelines. So advice for anyone else, if you're looking to buy now while you've got the selection and you've got the little extra time before we see that surge of potential first-time home buyers. Let's jump on to townhomes. Townhomes, we saw 431 townhomes listed in September and 54 sales in September with an average price of $845,372. Now again, great news, we didn't see a huge increase in listings. We actually saw minus 4% in listings. However, 38% more sales in September over this time last year. Also, 26% increase in price. Now, what does that mean? To me, that is people freeing up out of their condos because we did see an increase in the condo market. We're seeing them push up into the townhouse market. And then, of course, we're going to talk about single-family homes. Some people looking to downsize, and that meat and potato section, which is the townhomes, people are coming down. Few negatives is we can't release these downsizers from their single family home because they're having trouble getting that home sold. Once we see that ball start to roll, we're going to see these townhomes increase in sales month over month. Single family homes, well, we saw 1,707 active listings in September, and we saw 173 sales. Average price, that's $1,263,140. Now I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to preface this. We do average price, so average price can be skewed because we can have a lower sale or a larger sale. We have seen some larger sales recently. We saw one massive sale which was over 17 million. That is going to skew it. We're seeing roughly about 1 to 1.1 is the average sale price for a typical single family home without that larger sale being skewed. Big picture is we're seeing a healthy market. It's not running away from us, but it is starting to be stable and healthier. So we do think that we're going to see a strong end to 2025. Okay, so a couple things I just want to remind you is the condo market is still quite strong. We're seeing people get into the market. We're seeing a little bit of increase in the inventory only because we're seeing some older communities that we sold a few years ago closing now, but there's still some great value priced condos out there. Townhomes, I always say I thought that was going to be the meat and potatoes in 2025. But I had one hurdle that I did overlook, and that is downsizers or anyone that's looking to come down off their single family home to go into a more affordable for them, for downsizing or just for affordability. There's the people that are coming down from a larger home. They're wanting to downsize in size as well, because there are a lot of downsizers who are looking to make the move, free up some space and time, and be able to travel, do whatever, but they're looking for a more compact, which townhomes are perfect for. They're having a little bit longer time getting their home sold. And then of course, the people getting out of the condos to move up into that intermediary market, we're starting to see that come together as well. So I do think that the townhomes will finish off strong, and I think they're going to come out stronger in 2026. And I do see a sign of stabilization, but I'm not going to say it's a boom. It's going to be stabilized and move forward. So if you're looking to buy or sell in the Kelowna market, please call Nyrose and Associates at 250-258-9888.